Привет, civilized world, this is news from Russia, aka Runglish news. Here we talk about what's going on in the Russian world with no propaganda shit. Thanks everybody who supports my channel with donations, a couple of dollars for you is a big opportunity for me. Only with the help of you guys this channel does actually exist. For those who want to join the club, all the links in the description. My name is ALBATROSS, let's go. The Crimea Bridge has been attacked again. For those who don't understand why there is so many attention to that bridge, let me show you the map. This is how you can get to the Crimea Peninsula from Russia with no bridge. You should go through Mariupol and Melitopol, which was Ukrainian territory. So when Russia captured Crimea, it was necessary to create an alternative shortcut. This is why the bridge has been built. It's a giant 19 kilometers construction. It took Russia more than 6 years to build it. And now Russians can reach Crimea or deliver stuff to Crimea without going to the Ukrainian territory, which is not Ukrainian anymore, by the way, at least by now. Mariupol and Melitopol is under Russian control. Why Ukraine attacks the bridge now? According to what they say, it's because Russians use it for military logistics. Of course, Russia says the opposite, like no, it's 100% civilian construction, we never use it for military, people go to vacations, to the seaside using this bridge, so Ukrainian attack is a terrorist act. The truth, of course, is somewhere in the middle. After the big fail on NATO summit in Vilnius and after unsuccessful counterattack, Ukraine has to show something good to the Western sponsors, like hey, look, we still can do shit, give us more weapons, we will get the Crimea, we still can hit it, yay! Because you know, after the summit the situation is getting more and more escalated. The sponsors are not really happy about Zelensky's behavior and they say like, we are not Amazon. Of course you are not an Amazon. On Amazon people pay for what they got. So, what's the outcome of the strike? Actually nothing. 2 civilians died on the Russian side, it's very bad. Russia will spend $1 more billion of the taxpayers' money to rebuild the bridge. It will not change the way the war is going on. Absolutely. So it was just for hype. It was to attract more attention to the Ukraine after unsuccessful summit. Russian State Duma extended the limit for the reservists. You know, in Russia, everybody serves the military. All the males who are older than 18 years old has to go serve the compulsory military for 1 year by now. Earlier it was 2 years, 1 year and a half, and now it's 1 year. Who don't go? Only guys who have problems with health. And after you finish your military service, you are a reservist. And there are 3 categories of reservists. First is all the guys with the military experience up to 35 years old. This group of people get mobilized first if some shit happens. And now the first category is not up to 35 anymore, is up to 40. The second category now is up to 45 and the third category is up to 55. So in the worst case, even 55 years old guy can be drafted to the army, can be mobilized. And if you are the military officer reservist, you can be drafted up to 65 years old. And now the foreigners can also apply to be reservists in Russia. So guys, welcome! And while Russia prepares the new laws, the new amendments for possible future mobilizations, in Ukraine the endless mobilization is going on, unfortunately. Just look at this video. It's from Sumy town, as I know. They just got the guy, put him in the trunk and take him to the military office. This is how it works now. There are a lot of videos like that. Another Russian TV channel is fined for promoting LGBT. According to the modern Russian propaganda, Western traditions are evil. So things like gay families or changing the gender is
total satanism.
According to the Russian tradition, according to the Russian propaganda. It was always like this actually. Russia is very traditional, very conservative country, like many countries in Middle East, for example, too. But now, because of the info war, they just crank it up to the maximum volume. So now, all the movies, all the TV shows, everything, where you can have like girls kissing or boys like trying to kiss each other or anything like that, should be marked with 18+ sign, because it's like a gay propaganda. But there are a lot of movies like this, especially from Hollywood, and Russian TV channels stream these movies. But you know, there are a lot of movies like that where you can see girls kissing or something, and they might be not like about the LGBT. It just, you know, directors use it to attract audience, to make it like more sexy, girls kissing, all that stereotypes, blah blah, you know. But now in Russia, everything is like gay shit. And the channel got fined for the movie Piranha 3D, you know that, like trash comedy? It's absolutely not like a gay promoting movie. They made this scene just to make it like more sexy. You know, one girl is licking tequila from another girl's body. That's just for entertainment, but nobody cares in Russia. The TV channel forgot to mark this movie as 18 plus, and now, boom, 4 million rubles fine. Fortunately, they don't ban all the movies, they just force the TV channels to make that special notice that it's 18 plus, but anybody really think it works? One of the reasons why I love my job is a chance to meet amazing people. I'm so happy about how many super talented guys I know because my music and my videos. One of my Russian language students is a guy who works in the team which created the world's only cryptocurrency with innate permanent post-quantum security. The name of it is QRL, or Quantum Resistant Ledger. Sounds pretty complicated, right? So let's super simplify it to understand what is it about. Most of modern cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum have been developed in the era of classic computation, when a quantum computer was something unbelievable, something like flying to another galaxy. But now the world is really close to the first quantum computer you can buy for money, and it will be an absolute game changer. For example, if we take the most powerful classic computer in the world and use it for hacking a Bitcoin transaction, it will take a classic computer hundreds of years to do this operation, but the quantum computer is way faster. So in the near future, it's really possible that it will fuck up the whole classic crypto system we have. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are working on some improvements to protect their blockchain, but at the same time they have some fundamental unfixable flaws. While QRL is built from scratch as a post-quantum resistant crypto. So these guys are making future. Maybe now it sounds a bit crazy like Bitcoin 15 years ago. We all have that geeky friend who bought a Bitcoin for a couple of dollars many years ago, and we be like, what the fuck, man, you bought unreal shit for real money, it's a scam or whatever. And then boom, your geeky buddy with the food in his mustache becomes a millionaire, and you're smart as but still broke. This is why I bought some QRL, and this is why I recommend you to do the same. It's a really good opportunity to get in early. Now QRL is cheap but very stable, so you can buy some coins, protect your money from inflation, and get a real chance to be very rich in future. On the other hand, it's an absolutely unique crypto system, so it's good for diversification. For example, you have some of your funds in Bitcoin or Ethereum or other classic stuff, and you have some funds in QRL. If one of the universes gets collapsed, for example, if the Bitcoin will be fucked up by quantum computer, you don't lose everything, you still have some other stuff. So diversification is always a good thing. So guys, I highly recommend you to check it out and invest in QRL while it's pretty affordable. All the links will be in the description, and if you're watching this video from a TV, use the QR code you see on screen. Just snap it with your phone and you will get all the info you need. The grain deal is finally over. I can't believe it, guys. Russia finally said like time out, no more. Nobody keeps the promises, nobody does what Russia wants, so we're not gonna keep it going. Putin decided to show his balls, finally. Everybody started yelling like, hey, cruel Russia, what are you doing? Kids in Africa will be starving because of you. But no, guys. We already know how it works in real life. In the previous episodes of Runglish News, I showed you how much grain goes to Western Europe, to the richest countries of Western Europe, and how much grain goes to Africa, about 7%. So what Russia did? Putin said, we're gonna find a way to distribute the grain to Africa directly, and we will do it for free. So we will feed African kids, and what you gonna do then? And that's a good move. If he really finds the way to do it, the Western world will not be able to use this moment as a manipulation point, you know. Because the grain deal was so good for the Western Europe to lower the price of food. And it was very good for Ukraine, because Ukraine was making millions of dollars. And they use it for buying money and for killing Russians. So for Russia, that's like a piece of shit deal, actually. In the center of Moscow, a man tried to burn the mausoleum. I don't know what was his problem, he hates Lenin, he's crazy or whatever, but he made a Molotov and threw the bottle to the mausoleum, but probably he made it incorrectly or I don't know. The fire didn't start. The police got the guy and now he will probably pay the fine. I don't think he will go to jail for this. It will be like, you know, small felony, like hooliganism. So it's not gonna be a crazy thing. The Wagner Group headquarters in Krasnodar is officially closed.
Сегодня, 17 июля 2023 года, база ЧВК «Вагнер» Молькино. Мы снимаем флаги России и ЧВК «Вагнер» со своей базы в поселке Молькино. База прекращает свое существование. ЧВК «Вагнер» убывает в новые места дислокации.
It was one of the biggest Wagner bases, and they officially announced that they are changing their dislocation, probably to Belarus. By the way, a lot of Wagners in Belarus right now already training the Belarusian soldiers. For me, it's still a little bit of a mystery how Belarus gonna treat Wagner, because it's a big thing. It's not like 100 people. It's a freaking army. Thousands of people with a lot of vehicles, a lot of techniques, a lot of weapons. You should have the budget to maintain such an army. I'm not sure Belarus has enough money for it, so I have no idea how it's gonna work.
Честно говорю, не знаю.
Prigozhin's companies in Russia, which are not related to Wagner, like for example his restaurants, are still working and still receiving orders from Russian government. So Prigozhin is still collaborating with the government, they still making money. He was like the betrayer, according to what Putin said. You see, this is Russia, country of possibilities. Guys, impossible is nothing in Russia. The medicals for pregnancy termination might be very limited in Russia. The head of Ministry of Health, Mikhail Murashko, offered this. He actually already did it in 2016, but at that time this initiative was not supported. Now he has more chance. So maybe in the near future in Russia it will be impossible to buy something like for pregnancy termination. It can be only subscribed by the doctor. And these subscriptions will be very hardly controlled, I think. So Russia gets more and more conservative. I don't know if it's good or bad. Let me know in comments, guys. What's your opinion? A bill of arming Rosgvardia with heavy weapons has been submitted in State Duma. Rosgvardia in Russia, it's like a national guard in the United States. Close. So it's something in between army and police. It's like army, but not for external conflicts, only for resolving problems inside the country. And by now they have only light weapons and some airplanes. If this bill will be accepted, they will have tanks and they will have like artillery, all that stuff. And now we all understand why it's like that. Because Prigozhin rebel was like a couple of weeks ago. Putin learned the lesson. He wants to make his protection, his power inside the country to give it more abilities. So Rosgvardia will be like the personal security of elite of Putin's regime, just in case of future rebels, in case of demonstrations, anything. It will be like army inside the army. Obvious. Probably in his place everybody would do the same. In Moscow, a cargo train damaged the train station with the rail. Fortunately, it was 5 a.m. guys, just look what's going on. Probably somebody fixed the cargo improperly and the rail just got like this, perpendicular to the road and started smashing everything. Just imagine if that happens when it's crowded. Oh my god. How good it is to be the train driver. Such a crazy shit happens and you are up there in front, don't hear it at all. You just like... And at the same time, everything gets smashed. Russian State Duma accepted the law that changing gender in Russia is illegal. Totally. No excuses, no exceptions, just illegal by now. The party is over, guys. In Moscow region, a guy got scalped because he had a colored hair, like a green hair or something. This video is too bloody, I cannot show it here, but everybody who subscribed to my Telegram channel can watch it in there. For YouTube it's too much, now my video will be banned. The guy just bleeding like all over his body. Classic Russian shit. You know, Russia is not only conservative, but sometimes stupidly conservative. For example, if you look like very unusual, if you are a man but you have like a colored hair or some other stuff, it will be difficult for you to go through the street. You probably will be bullied by people. Somebody will try to stop you saying like, hey, what the fuck? Are you a man? Of who are you? Why you look like this? That happened to that unlucky guy. Some stupid ass motherfuckers tried to cut his hair off, but instead of that, they scalped the guy. Crazy shit. Fortunately, the morons who did this are already arrested and probably they will get punished properly. That sucks. I hope the guy will get the new hair and everything will be okay with him. In St. Petersburg, the bus lost his engine. The guy probably didn't notice that it's a road maintenance and you know the bus is very long and because of the clearance it was impossible to pass through without getting stuck and the engine just blasted off the bus. Look at that. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. In the previous video about the Wagner Group, I told you that everybody who showed some respect or loyalty to Prigozhin and Wagner now will be in the big trouble. And this is what happened to Surovikin. Nobody knows where is Surovikin still. Some people say he's arrested, some people say he's in prison, some people say he's dead already, but nobody knows where is Surovikin. The head of State Duma Committee on Defense, Kartapolov, was asked like, hey, can you please tell us where is Surovikin? And he said just like, he's not available, he's chilling. I would not like that kind of chill, guys. No, thank you so much. Russian meme of the week.
Round 1.
The Belarus Ministry of Defense started production the drone for invasion in the state of Colorado. Russian meme of the week.
Round 2.
Joe Biden asks a stranger to let him in the room. Angus Young from AC/DC band said that they created the song Highway to Hell after visiting Omsk, Russia. The last thing I wanna tell you about today is donations. A lot of people now want to help the guys who suffer from the war, but it's not so easy to do because with 99% probability, if you donate through some like official funds, your money will be stolen or your money will be directed not where you want them to be directed. You probably heard about the fund United 24. It's one of the most popular donation funds to Ukraine. Now this fund is controlled by the guy whose last name is Fedorov. It's like the Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine. He's a buddy of Zelensky. He's his friend. By the time of its existence, this fund raised more than $360 million. And there are a lot of Western celebrities who take part in promoting this fund. For example, Barbara Streisand, Bear Grylls, and many other guys. You can easily find this information. It's official. A lot of Ukrainian celebrities and sportsmen, like Alexander Usyk, for example, support this fund too. A lot of people want to be the ambassadors of this fund because, you know, it's not only helping people, but also a big hype. Here comes the problem. Some celebrities do not want to fund killing other people. They do not want to provide money for buying rockets, for buying guns and stuff. They want to provide money only for helping the refugees, sponsoring some people who are starving, some people who need medical attention. So they want to support people who are the victims of the war, not the active participants of it. Let's imagine the situation. You want to support Ukraine. You want to donate. But you are a religious person. So for you, it's a sin to buy weapons which would kill other people. You want to donate for something else, like for example, medication, food, drinks, some other peaceful things. And the fund, of course, provides you the opportunity to do this. They say, oh yeah, we have a separate bank account. Donate to this bank account and your money will never go for weapons. No. For this money we will buy only pills, only food, things like that. For example, Barbara Streisand donated $240,000 for humanitarian purposes only. Let's check it out together, guys. Okay, of course, here is Zelensky, the main face. Ambassadors. You see, we all know that last names, popular people, lots of popular guys. Okay, good. What's next? Donate now. Let's go. You see, we can choose defense, Humanitarian, medical, rebuild Ukraine, education and science. Yeah, looking pretty good, pretty good. Now I will show you guys where the magic happens. Look, let's say we want to donate for medical aid. Okay? Bank transfer. No. Let's choose, for example, euro. You see this bank account? And this is what should we mention as purpose of payment, only for account, and look at this number. And now let's go through a lot of other donation platforms of Ukraine which collect money not for medicine, which collect money for weapons, which collect money for soldiers. Which bank account do you think they use? Bingo! This one. So there is no way to single out your money from other money. So when they say they will not use your money for buying weapons, it's bullshit. I would say it's good even if they use your money for buying weapons. In most cases, the money will be used for building a villa for somebody, guys. So this is how you donate money now. Sad but true. If you guys think it's all, unfortunately no. Let's keep going. Humanitarian demining. Okay, let's see. Where will we donate? You see this beneficiary account number? Let's copy this account, which lets us to donate for demining, and let's Google this account number and see what's gonna happen. Code відважних. It means like the code of brave. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Looks like it's a charity fund. It says «Допомагаємо ветеранам адаптуватись до цивільного життя, здобути професію в сфері IT та працевлаштуватись». I'm sorry, my Ukrainian is not as good as my English. My English good. You know, you got my joke. So, they say, we help veterans to adopt to civilian life and we teach veterans IT professions. So, you donate not for demining, you donate for teaching some veterans IT professions? Let's try to find who teaches. Do we have like any institutions, organizations, last names? If you don't believe me, let's check. Let's watch English version. You see? Okay. No last names, no organizations, no institutions. So, let's think we got confused and we want to talk to these guys. To ask like, hey guys, who are you? What's going on? What kind of education you provide? How are you related to demining or not related? Let's try to contact them. Like registration information. This is what we need. Registration information. Give us information, guys. No information. It just jumps back up to the main page. So, probably the money which goes to demining doesn't go to demining, because for me this website looks like absolute fake shit. This institution does not exist. Nobody teaches people, so I think this money goes for buying Cartier stuff for some beautiful girls. And I clearly understand why they choose education for stealing money. Because education is something you cannot touch. It's so hard to check. Like, for example, if you say, we collecting money for buying mittens, or like whatever. People can ask like, show me the mittens. Where are the mittens? Where is the result? We donating money for what? But with education, it's so hard to check. So it's a genius strategy for stealing money. And just imagine, all the world who donates for demining, not donate for demining. The money goes somewhere else. To some like very sticky, sneaky fund which does nobody understands what. I can't imagine how many millions they already stole. I have a very good friend in the United States. He's an entrepreneur, very nice guy, and his wife does dentistry. And he said, man, help me to donate. I want to help Russians and Ukrainians, both people who suffer from war. I want to provide like toothbrushes, toothpaste, other dental stuff for people who have nothing, for people who suffer from poverty, from that kind of stuff. Can you please help me organizing that? I tried. I did my best to find the way to donate, to be 100% sure that the stuff he bought will go where it should and not be like stolen and sold somewhere. I couldn't do that. I found no way. I said, man, sorry, I cannot guarantee that the stuff you buy will reach the people you want to help. I cannot guarantee. So I'd better not promise, because I would like to help. If I 100% know I can do what I promised. If I'm not sure I can keep my promise, I said no. Just imagine how shitty the situation is. Even this is not the craziest shit, guys. Look what they do from time to time. Here we see a kind of like report that Schneider Electric donated 30,000 euros to buy transport vehicles. And if we search for this photo in the internet, you see that this photo is stolen. This photo is very old. And the irony of this situation is that the photo is got from the article which tells about the corruption with donations. That's insane. And I don't know how Schneider Electric might react to this, but it spoils the reputation. It's crazy. So they haven't even bothered to find like a normal photo which cannot be Googled, which cannot be easily checked. And the fact that its photo is from the article about corruption in Ukraine, it just like looks like they're making fun of everybody. Another cool one, look at this. First Lady of Ukraine, Yelena Zelenskaya, raised money for 57 emergency vehicles, 137 millions of hryvnia. Okay, good. Let's look for the proofs. Where are the proofs? No proofs, only the picture of 2 ambulance vehicles. Okay, but this picture is from the photo stock. Look at the watermark. And they even didn't bother to buy $5 to purchase this picture. They just stole it with the watermark. This is my favorite one. Chemical heaters. Okay, 98,000, almost 99,000 chemical heaters purchased for Ukrainian soldiers. Very good thing, chemical heaters are very, very serious stuff. But if we check the supplier from who actually United 24 bought the heaters, we will see that his company was created 5 days after they purchased the heaters. I have a question. How they found this guy if his social media created 5 days after? And also, if we check the prices, we will see that United 24 spent 2 times more, 3 times more on heaters than actually needed. So all the proofs and reports you can find on that website are fake, stolen pictures, bullshit information. And there are about like 20-something reports, but according to the rules of this fund, the reports should be daily. So it already should be more than 365 reports. In crazy world we live, right? It hurts me a lot because I know so many people who really want to help Ukrainians, who really want to help Russians, who really want to help people who suffer from the war. But because of shitty things like that, it's impossible. The situation in Russia is better, but not too much better. We have lots of corruption shit too, but I will tell you about this in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. See you soon.